a deep forest surrounded by giant mountains, there lived a small gray bird named Rio. Rio was not the fastest bird, not the strongest, not the most beautiful. Every day, he watched other birds flying confidently across the sky. Some sang beautiful songs. Some flew higher than the clouds. Some led entire flocks. And every night, Rio asked himself one painful question. Why was I born? The question slowly became a storm inside his heart. One morning, while the golden sunlight touched the trees, Rio saw a group of birds flying toward the south. They moved together perfectly, strong, focused, fearless. Rio tried to join them, but after only a few minutes, he fell behind. The other birds disappeared into the clouds, exhausted and ashamed. Rio landed near an old tree. There, sitting quietly on a broken branch, was an old eagle. The eagle looked at Rio and smiled. "Why do you look so sad, little bird?" Rio lowered his head. "I don't know what I'm good at. Everyone else has a purpose, but not me." The eagle remained silent for a moment. Then he asked, "Have you ever stopped trying to become someone else?" Rio looked confused. "All my life," the eagle said softly. "I watched birds destroy themselves trying to copy others. The pigeon wants to sing like the nightingale. The sparrow wants to fly like the eagle, and the eagle wishes to swim like the swan." He looked directly into Rio's eyes. "But purpose is not found in imitation. Purpose is found in discovering who you truly are." Those words stayed in Rio's mind. For the first time, he stopped comparing himself to others. The next morning, Rio decided to explore the forest alone. He watched the rivers flow. He listened to the wind. He observed every creature carefully. Days passed. Then one evening, a terrible storm arrived. Dark clouds covered the sky. Thunder shook the mountains. Animals ran in fear. Tiny birds became trapped in heavy rain. Rio saw them crying helplessly near a cliff. Without thinking, he rushed into the storm. The wind pushed him violently. Rain hit his wings like stones, but Rio kept flying. Again and again, he guided frightened birds toward safety. For hours, he flew through darkness, until finally, the storm ended. The forest became silent. Cold and exhausted, Rio sat on a branch, breathing heavily. Then something unexpected happened. The tiny birds gathered around him. Their eyes were full of gratitude. "You saved us." At that moment, Rio felt something he had never felt before. Peace. Not because he was the strongest bird, not because he flew the highest, but because, for the first time in his life, he had forgotten about himself and thought only about helping others. The next morning, the old eagle returned. "I see it in your eyes now," he said. Rio smiled softly. "I think I finally found my purpose." The eagle nodded. "Purpose is not something you find sitting and waiting. It appears when your heart becomes useful to the world." Years passed. Rio became known across the forest, not as the fastest bird, not as the most powerful, but as the bird who guided others through storms. Whenever young birds felt lost, Rio helped them believe in themselves. And every time someone asked him the secret of a meaningful life, he gave the same answer. Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. Because the truth is, a meaningless life does not come from lacking talent. It comes from spending your life trying to become someone else. The world does not need another copy. It needs the real you. Maybe your purpose is not fame. Maybe it is not money. Maybe it is not power. Maybe your purpose is simply to bring light into someone else's darkness. And once you discover that purpose, give it everything. Your energy, your passion, your heart, your soul. Because a person who lives with purpose can survive any storm. And one day, When your life finally comes to an end, the world may not remember how rich you were, but it will remember how your purpose changed the lives of others.